Hey, Andrew here from the Investors Way, and welcome to Woody's Weekly Wisdom, episode number 6. And today I'm delving into one of those real important issues when it comes to managing your money and where we're at in terms of what's going on in the world. Now, I appreciate that this is not one of the more high quality journal or journalistic publications, the Daily Mail. I know they're known for creating very provocative and fear-based headlines, but this one is worth talking about, where it talks about an urgent warning for debt-laden Aussies as credit card spending hits, an all-time high after 10 consecutive cash rate hikes. So as you can imagine, that's very much a fear-based headline designed to drag us in, and it's done the job. It's got me looking at it. And here we see that credit card spending reaches a record high of $33.5 billion in Australia. And that's a 17% increase on the past year. So they're pretty frightening numbers, and I wanted to just delve into some of the things that this is telling us throughout the article, and why that is important for us to be aware of, and particularly for you to be aware of if you are finding yourself having to use the credit card more and more. And so, obviously it's being blamed on the rise of cost of living, which is potentially a fair comment. And it shows, as I said, the 17% increase, or an extra 4.9 billion that people have been putting on credit cards in the last year. So they're predominantly frightening numbers. But the one that really sticks out to me that I wanted to talk about is that 1 in 2 Aussies are experiencing financial stress and turning to credit cards to pay for everyday spending, which is it is a frightening number. It is a fear-based thing, but not in terms of what's going on in the future in the financial markets. If you're in my community, we're looking to grow our wealth. We're looking to manage our money, and this is where I want to come a little bit further down to this one here, this section here. Like, it's not a very long article, and as you can imagine with Daily Mail, it's full of lots of ads. But the thing is that 1 in 4 Australians now, or 27%, now say they can't manage their finances without a credit card, and that was 1 in 5, or 18%, back in May 2021. Now that's the one that this is, I guess, the one sentence of this whole article that I want to focus on the most, because what it's telling us is that 1 in 4 Australians don't have a way to manage their money without having to rely on credit cards. So you'll know that if you've been in this community of mine for any length of time, that the foundations of success with money all come down to having a plan for your money. And ultimately that plan means living within your means. And it also means, the bitter pill, the hard part, the bit that is going to be very difficult, is that in switching to having a plan for your money, it involves cutting up the credit card, because you're not going to need it. And that's the important thing. You're not going to need it because you have a plan for your money. And so 1 in 4 Aussies effectively should be using my system. That's what I guess this is getting at, is this article is really just saying that a quarter of the population needs my system, and it needs to be creating a plan for their money so that they don't rely on credit cards. Now, I get it. For some people, there is a real tension between what's coming in and what's got to go out. I get that. But if you're in my community, you're looking to grow your wealth and be getting on the front foot when it comes to management of your money. So we want you to be switching to a system that doesn't rely on a budget that just sits on your PC and in the old days I would have said gathered dust, but these days it just sits on your PC and chews up memory. We want to create a plan, and we want to automate that plan so that the cash that you bring in is going to very specific bank accounts to meet your expenses and the demands on your money, and at the same time is allocating some for your future self. This is the part of the equation that a lot of people overlook, in that we cannot work, whether we want to or not, forever in the jobs that most people have, or even the business that you have. You cannot do it forever. And relying on a paycheck or drawings from your business, every month or week or fortnight, however you do it, to meet your expenses is not going to secure your financial future. You have to be doing something with that money now to secure your future, because at some point in time, that paycheck or that drawing that you're taking from your business is going to stop. And what's going to replace it? And if you're going to say to me that you're going to rely on government handouts and your superannuation, well, that just won't probably cut it either. So we want to make sure that we're using a system and having a plan for your money now that allocates some of that money to your future self, so that you can have funds available when that paycheck or drawings from your business disappears. And ultimately, what we're trying to do is get you into a position when you get to choose when that date comes, rather than an age or your business. Who says that you have to stop working at 65? Maybe you want to stop when you're 55 or 45, and you want to enjoy life and experience life. Well, you can only do that if you've got a plan. And that plan starts with what I call the foundations of wealth creation, and that is the money management piece. And the money management piece means taking away reliance on other people's money to meet your month-to-month expenses. And the best way to do that I've come across, is by having a plan for your money. So 1 in 4 Aussies absolutely need my system. But if you're in my community, I suspect you're not necessarily somebody that is in real hardship, and you're looking to do more with the money that you're generating, whether it be through a job or through your business. And so what we need to do is get you on the system and get you putting some money aside for your future self, so that your decision as to when you decide whether to keep working or not working is yours and not somebody else's. So let's take you out of this equation and become someone who's not reliant on credit cards to meet your day-to-day expenses. And for those people that are worried about all the features of a credit card that allow you to pay your bills online and all that type of stuff, we can still do that with a debit card, just using your money rather than somebody else's. And that takes a whole lot of stress out of the money equation, and enables you to avoid being part of something like this article and being a statistic that this article suggests. So you can see it here. There are concerns that the rising use of credit cards could put people at risk of falling into a debt spiral. Well, absolutely no shit, Sherlock. That's exactly what's going to happen if you continue to rely on credit cards to meet your bills. So let's be part of the solution, and let's be one of the 3 out of 4 people who are not reliant on credit cards, and let's grow our wealth by making sure we're putting some of that money that we're making now towards our future self, so that the decision as to when you stop working, or when you sell your business, or when you shut your business down, because we know not all businesses are saleable, then let's make that your decision, because you've taken proactive steps now to get ahead of the curve. And there's not a lot more in here other than the obvious, and so we want to really make sure that you're taking proactive steps. And if you want to be and get access to our money management system, you know what to do. Reach out down below. Let us know you want access, or you want to have a conversation, and let us know. We go through these smart investor calls where we help you identify where you are now, where you want to get to, what roadblocks might be there that are preventing you from getting there, give you a bit of information on how to overcome them, show you how we do it, and if we think we can help you and it's something that you want to do, then we can talk about how we do that as well. But the initial call, there's no sales pitch, there's no cost, so reach out, let's have that conversation and get you set up so that you don't fall trap of credit card debt and the spiral into credit card reliance. So there it is this week. Let's heed the urgent warning. Let's be part of the solution and get a proactive money management system in place so that you don't have to rely on credit cards. And in fact, you get to have the joy of cutting your credit card up. Nothing more enjoyable than cutting it up and saying, I don't need this anymore. So if you want to be part of that, let us know, leave a comment down below, or reach out through direct message, however you want to get in touch, and let's have a chat so we can get you set up on this system and you are actually creating a plan for your future financial self that is supportive of you being able to support yourself in retirement, to have the lifestyle in retirement that you want, that you choose, rather than what you get left with, which is nobody's joy. So reach out and let's have a chat. And that is Woody's Weekly Wisdom, episode 6 for this week. Hope that was useful. Leave us a comment. Let us know if there's some topics that you want us to have a look at, and we'll do that as well. And we'll see you again next week for another episode. Cheers.